Uh, Creosote. This is what creosote looks like here in the desert, right on the backside of Las Vegas. If you take a look at this plant here, creosote, okay, just about the whole desert's full of creosote. It's a pretty popular plant. Creosote's not used anymore today at all. It's a natural plant. It's got an oil in it. It's not used today anymore. It's not good for the environment, even though it's growing everywhere in the world. I don't think people really know much about creosote. But that's not why I'm doing this video today. As I watch this crow fly up there, okay? That crow doesn't pay taxes. The crow doesn't even know about taxes or governments or anything like that. As provocateurs, paid provocateurs from George Soros are coming into our communities, people don't know what that word means. It's called sedition. Back in the day, people lost their heads over sedition. Sedition's happening in America. Now, from my studies in anthropology and humans and things like that, what we understand is that we're Europeans in this nation. That's a fact. Everybody that's Caucasus, everybody that's African, everybody that's Chinese, everybody's got a beef about how terrible it is here, okay? And we took this country fair and square, I suppose. That's what people say. And we're starting a government, you know, of the people, for the people, and by the people. I had a conversation with my stepfather today, and I asked him, I said, you know, he says, we're not needed anymore as humanity. Okay, so we're not needed anymore as humanity, but what is it about that picture that's it's not good? Jason Burmis talks about the predator class and the serf class. And the predator class wants to kill or take and eliminate the serf class because we're not needed anymore. We've got these machines that'll help. These are humans, and we're killing humans. Well, nothing's changed, I suppose. So this land that we're sitting on here and everybody else is sitting on here, it's worth money, it's worth value. Who created that value? My biggest question for my YouTube audience or whoever's listening to this, okay, is this. What is it? It's behind all that. Sedition. Well, I'm listening to the history of the genocide of California. It's pretty difficult to listen to. It's like 24 hours long. A guy named Moore made the book, okay? What he said was this guy named Fremont, and when they wanted to take California from the Spanish, okay, what he did was he had Native American warriors. Native American warriors. Killing Native Americans. What's wrong with that picture? I asked my Christian stepfather, what is it? He said it's this battle between light and darkness. But if you listen to a guy named, Wilson, President Wilson, he made a statement a while back, in the early part of the last century, that there is this group of people or group of things out there that you dare not speak their name, or you're through, you're done. Fig trees, right? This is God. This is the expression that we have here, right here. Well, what are we doing? Does fig tree attack itself? The crows attack each other? Do the eagles do that? No, they don't do that. Native Americans didn't do it either. I want you guys to know about California. It's a really special place. Europe has like maybe at most 5 or 6 sociolinguistic groups, people that spoke different languages. California had 300. Somehow we were able to destabilize that, which is statecraft. And with that statecraft, there's sedition. It's useful. My thoughts about Christianity would have got me burned years ago. And right now, okay, as I speak, about these particular issues here, what's most important is that, yes, there was injustices done, and yes, it's true. Yes, it's true. We've always needed an underclass, but who is the overclass? And if Wilson was the president, and he was the top dog in America and everything like that, who did he answer to? Well, some people will say they answered to the Rothschilds and the Jews and all that stuff, but no, who did they answer to? So I think that a lot of people don't understand what that word sedition means. They now have changed the languaging. It's a dissatisfaction with the form of government. The Jacobites tell you about that in the French Revolution. But look, the fact is that there is this problem out here. Okay, there is. So there are people out in America that are poor. They don't have a place to live. I'm one of them. I'm hanging at my mom's house for a little bit. Mostly I lived in my truck. There's nowhere to go now. So, Jefferson was right. The very land that we conquered is the land that we'll be homeless on. My question is to you guys, what's sedition? Find out. Find out what sedition is. Find out what it really means. Why is it that we're being pitted against one another in the entire world? Why is it that not only that's old news, really. But what's the idea to replace us with what? With machines? Do they really care? They don't. AI doesn't have a soul. Why do they need AI to kill us? The answer lies in probably some of the oldest books that we know of. It goes back to the flood, huh? It goes back to the Watchers. It goes back to the children of Cain. Right? If you know, it does. And that's how many thousands of years ago? This planet, apparently we're from this planet, right? And they say that, yeah, we're part divine, and we are. John Trudeau, you can talk to him about that. He can believe that, the best about us. But at the same time, John Trudeau was a Native American activist. Eventually, before he died, he forgot that. He didn't care about that. We care about money. Yeah, they could come out with this Visa one world currency and give you a little stipend every month to take away. It's a grand welfare plan, It's like Johnson's idea in 1963-4 on steroids. I was saying earlier, the African American people were some of the most stablest families in the world till they got on this welfare thing. Well, a couple of months ago, when I first got out to Colorado, and I was speaking with my friend about this, and when this COVID thing first hit, okay, what I said was, in a few months, people are going to be crazy in their houses. I want to show you guys this barrel cactus. This is so beautiful. Look at that. There's peace everywhere in this world. And I'm right behind Las Vegas. I was going to go there and find out about driving truck or something like that to get a little bit of money. Okay, I might still do that. I called my son in the Philippines, and he was telling me, Dad, why do you want to go to Las Vegas? And I didn't even know. He says, I'm not really into the news right now because there's no real point to being in the news right now. Why? Because everybody's mad. Everybody's pissed off. They're complying. Everybody is. And people don't have food, and they don't have this. And not just that. Can you imagine? I'm so proud of my kids. They're stuck in a room for 4 months, man. And they're not fighting. Americans couldn't do that. Sedition. It's just this idea of protest. It's this idea of saying we've had enough with this government. We've had enough of this. George Soros and his ilk, okay? And everybody else. Black lives matter. Well, how about Caucasian lives? They matter. How about Native American lives? They matter. How about Chinese lives? And, you know, we got myopic views about things, and then we go ahead and we make violence. Violence isn't the answer here. We need discourse. We need to speak. We need to correct. Is there any will for that? You look back in human history, it's just all about this country getting what they want. And back in the day, conquest was all about booty, rape, and pillage and killing. And this wasn't just in California, and it wasn't just on the East Coast, it wasn't in the Great Plains or in Canada or in Alaska. I want you guys, if you are Caucasus people, or if you are white people, to understand that you guys were the first slaves. If you know anything about history, history is so important because it teaches us that it's a big circle. We were the first. We took that and we brought it here. The Hopi prophecy, as I said before, was a circle broken in half. And the prophecy was that if our white brothers came back with a cross, we're done. Well, that's what we did. I don't know how they knew it, but they did. And I'm not saying that I'm opposed to what Christ says. I'm not saying that. I'm opposed to how Christ has been used as a tool. Grand Inquisition, the lost tribes in Germania, okay? How the Romans came and took that over. You can hear that in Tacitus's Annals, okay? He wrote books on it. We were proud people. We didn't wear gold. I'm German, so I've got to say this. My grandmother came from Prussia, which probably people don't even know what that was, but that was a part of Russia. Prussia, right? It's up there, pretty up there. Stettin, stuff like that, places, cities like that. My grandmother came here in 1913 to escape something called the Russian Revolution. Oh boy. And I spoke good about that idea, okay? The idea is justice. The idea is leave us alone. And as I said before, and you can look across this land here. Now this is going into the Grand Canyon, but there's nobody out there, man. Why do they want to herd us into cities? Okay. Now that we're in the cities, you guys aren't, as Max Egan says, you guys aren't vegetarians. You're not Ayurvedics. You're not meat eaters, or what do they call them, carnivores, right? No, you guys, every one of us, including myself, are truckitarians, man. We're truckitarians. All of our food comes on trucks. One of the things that I said to my children a couple of years back when I was in Manila, and the place was like a beehive, I said, what happens if they stop the trucks? They couldn't see how that would be possible. They just couldn't do it. Now it's happened. It's happened to all of us. It was designed to create a solution. Hegel came up with this ideal called the Hegelian dialectic. Hegelian dialectic has to do with the problem created by them, the reaction, which is we don't have any food, we don't have any clothes, we don't have anything. And then the solution. And that's why the natives fought with Fremont. And other people, I'm talking about California, but you can just go out west. That's why the Roman legions had, like, I don't know how many different foreign armies with them. I mean, you got guys from Ethiopia, you got guys from North Africa, from Italy, you got the Germanic people. All of them what? Maybe they like to kill, but they also like to eat. So they got their work. They didn't care. Right now, today, this is what's going on. I'm sure that people, if they were to know Soros, they wouldn't like him. But if people know, and increasingly more and more, understand the injustice, they don't have a tool to do it. Well, they become tools of Soros. They get paid. That's called sedition. What will you do about that? Why is it happening? Yes, there's a reaction in America. There's a giant reaction in America. Oh, yeah. They've got the solution, you guys. They do. Human beings, one of the things that in history, what it teaches us is that human beings demand leaders. Oh my God. Why? They don't want to lead themselves. And they want to first, once they get a leader, they want to go about their business and do what they want to do. They stopped all that. Humans are no longer required. And that brings me back to this question. If humans are saying this, is it really true that humans want to annihilate the entire species for just a few? As Jason Burma says, the predator class will use the serf class and extract all of their wealth. I don't believe that. Well, it's true and everything. It's absolutely true. But I'm going to leave you guys with one thing. The definition of humanity, or the definition of, as the natives say, the upright, two-footed walking. As they say, upright, two-footed walking. I was in anthropology, at 98, 99. What are you talking about? I'm on Hopi land, and they're saying upright, two-footed walking. Upright, two-footed walking. Does that mean human? Are there any other upright, two-footed walkings out there? Are they smarter than us? Are those the ones that are saying to the predator class, go be predators, and you got the full thing? I don't know. But I'll say this one thing. This COVID probably isn't going to go away because they got this thing on a roll, man, and it's not the virus anymore, is it? Once you start the engine of need and I don't know, hunger, thirst, human beings take it from there, huh? I'll work for Soros. I'll fire those cities up. The funniest thing about this guy, Floyd, that died, is that he was friends with, apparently, like I said, I just know a few things, but apparently he was friends with the cop that supposedly killed him, and then they're saying that the cop didn't kill him. Well, it's obvious that he did his fucking, excuse my French, but his knee was on his throat. Oh. Was that designed to provoke a reaction? Hegelian dialectic, sedition. Anyone that wants to try to make sense of that, you might want to start right there. There's some more cactus. This prickly pear cactus right here. That protects itself, doesn't it? And it makes the most wonderful fruit. The natives ate it. They loved it. Here's something called cholla. A little different species. Hardly any rain here takes care of itself, right? Right next to some more creosote. There's no topsoil around here, but these plants grow without any topsoil and hardly any rain. It's probably around 95 outside right now. What do we need? We need air conditioning? No, we don't. Yes, we do. They told us we did. What do we need? We need cars. We need fuel. No, the first tractors didn't need any kind of gasoline. They actually manufactured it on the farms. So, have we been herded? Are we a herd? What did you hear? I heard that. The herd of cattle, right? And what do you be live? B-E-L-I-E-V-E, right? What is that? Be alive? Because I heard it? Are you the herd? Think for yourself. We're all on a big roller coaster out here, you guys, everybody. There is no real enemies here, as far as I'm concerned, because we're all humans. Normally, if you see a baby, he doesn't argue with his mama, right? Why are we arguing and why are we fighting? I don't know. Is it man that really wants to kill his own species? Does that really make us part of this earth? Not any other animal that I know of genocides its own species. What it does is it moves and finds another territory. They fight, maybe one dies, but there's still a movement. There's still an associative understanding that we can live together. How can you do that when you've been herded in the cities? As I said before, studies with rats, and you'll be able to prove that. They start eating each other's legs off. They start becoming cannibals. Is this what they want for us? Who are they? You really believe that human beings have the heart to do that? I mean, as bad as Hillary Clinton is, right? She's still going up and saying, that we're deplorables. But she's saying it to us. Did she say that so that Trump could get elected? She's disappeared, right? Created anger within all of us. How could we have pizza parties? How could there be an Epstein? How could Bill Gates get on the plane with Epstein and Trump and the Clintons and Jesus, the prince of the United Kingdom? What is guiding? I've always wondered that. I probably will never know that, and I probably don't want to know that. I'd probably be dead if I did. Just something to think about. I'm forcing myself to do this YouTube stuff. I want to put a record out there before this place shits the bed. I want them to know where I stand. And I recommend anybody else that wants to find and have the courage to just speak and do and speak their mind, even if it is anger. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is why are we here? What are we here? I got a brother that asked me that a lot, and I've got some other people that are asking me that a lot. Why are you here? What are we doing here? Aren't we here? We're sentient. Don't we learn things? And if you do something the first time, you think you're going to make a mistake. At 21, at 24, idealistic kids being paid by Soros. Is it a mistake for them? They don't know yet. When they throw that Molotov cocktail or they shoot that gun, okay? I got to tell you about a vet that I know about in Fallujah. He was in Fallujah 13, 14 years ago. You know what he's walking around with? 135 deaths on his conscience. Can't get him out. Says can't sleep at night. That's 13, 14 years later. Boy, what a lesson you got to learn, huh? Most of the vets I know that have done the killing, they realize that they were tools. But once you're a tool, you beat up a hammer, that hammer can't change itself, can it? And since I'm not a Christian, I can't tell you that, you can give your life to Jesus and it's just gonna change anything, because I don't think that's true. You have to change your life. And the first thing we need to do